rush hour looking for hot spots that could touch off another blaze. What caused the fire is still under investigation. The effects of the Christmas freeze are still with us, but not in a way that most might expect. Fire officials are predicting an unusually high number of blazes this year, due mainly to an abundance of dead trees from the record lows. Alicia Allen has the story.
First, it was the crops, then the migrant workers. Now the fire season has become the latest victim of the holiday freeze. Fire officials say our unusually dry weather will contribute in part to this year's fires. But the Christmas freeze will be mostly to blame. The record low temperatures killed a lot of the underbrush, and it's dead vegetation like this that provides an ideal fuel source for brush fires.
As they cure, dry out with the dry winter winds, the fronts that come through typically are low humidity and a lot of breeze with them. That fuel dries out real quickly and becomes easily ignitable.
Another prevalent cause of fires is negligence. Often people don't take precautions. Others simply don't know better.
I was in Boy Scouts, and that was about it as far as my training goes, is fire prevention and stuff like that. That's pretty much it.
People need to be just cautious with fire. We're in a prevention thrust at the moment, trying to encourage people, particularly cigarettes, burning of debris around the home, campfires.
The fire season has just begun, and already about 20 blazes have raged through Collier County so far this year. In Collier County, Alicia Allen, Channel 26, Sweeview News.
Alicia Allen adds that fire officials say unless the area gets a lot of rainfall soon, brush fires could be as frequent as 3 times a day.
Caused it. At least 8 units plus forestry battled the blaze for about 4 hours. At this hour, it is under control.
The 3 major brush fires in the past 2 days have prompted firefighters to give a few words of warning. Dry brush and fireworks just don't mix. Tony Shaw has the story.
Flames sweep through more than 100 acres in North Fort Myers. The continuation of a brush fire firefighters thought they had put out Friday, only to see it reignited because of strong winds and bone-dry brush. Charred ground is testament that the blaze came uncomfortably close to this family's home, within about 30 yards. Today, the Wallens are counting their blessings.
It was just really scary, you know, when you see it behind the fence in the back, and then it just comes up this way, you know. You don't know what to think, but get the water hose out and put the kids in the house.
Lightning is believed to be the cause of this fire, but authorities believe a nearby brush fire on Pine Island was caused by carelessness. Youth playing with firecrackers. Firefighters say you can set your calendar to it. Each year, as the 4th of July approaches, the number of brush fires skyrockets.
It's really interesting because you can watch around the 4th of July when there's a prevalence of fireworks in the street. We see a lot more activity in terms of brush fires.
Merrifield says with conditions drier than normal this summer, it's crucial that people keep a close eye on their fireworks.
And they shoot off in the air and they go over to another part of an area that's not visible to the person who's shooting them off. They may go a couple of streets over and they land in some brush and stuff and start fire. Well, the person who shot them off doesn't realize that this is happening.
Lightning strikes can't be prevented, but human error can. Merrifield says that by not lighting fireworks or discarding cigarettes in a heavy brush area, a little common sense can go a long ways towards preventing potentially destructive fires like this one. In North Fort Myers, Tony Shaw, News 2.
Fortunately, no injuries to report from this weekend's brush fire.
Hour away. It sounds fun, but not if you listen to the Bayshore Fire Chief.
That's right. He says the fair is just not a safe place to be tonight. Night Beat reporter Mary Beth Farnham is at the fairground. Mary Beth, what are the fire chief's main concerns?
Chief Merrifield says in the past he's had officers here full-time in case of any accidents, but this year fair organizers told him they wouldn't need his help. After having workers of Lee County's Division of Codes and Building Services check out the plans for this year's fair, Fair President Rex Jackson says they told him he didn't need to use the Bayshore Fire Department.
We have research groups.
This is something that our site selection committee and our boundary committees will be addressing, is if these schools are to be closed, where...
Every way you can go here. The fire department is only about 3 minutes away from here. We got a 911 number we can use, and that's all we need.
I've been on too many fire scenes, and the sheriff's deputies look at us and say we're crazy for going into a burning building. They don't want to deal with it. They know it's a real hazard, and it takes a specially trained individual to be able to deal with it.
And you need to be there.
In my opinion, yes.
Chief Merrifield says during last year's fair, his crews helped out 50 or 60 people. It only makes sense that they be right here. Marisa, Patrick?
Well,
So then to re-prosecute...
That's not close enough?
Well, it is only 3 minutes away, but that's when traffic is flowing at its very best, and Chief Merrifield says that things can happen so quickly that it really needs to happen right away. They need to be right there.
Okay. All right. Thanks a lot, Mary.
Last year, the Bayshore Fire Department patrolled the fair. This year, the board of directors does not want them. Our Sue Yanella joins us live from the fair. Sue, what's the problem out there?
Lisa, last year the Bayshore Fire Department answered anywhere from 50 to 60 calls here. Things like electrical fires, injuries, and fights. This year they worry about the same thing. They worry about the food courts, which they say burn a lot of grease. They also worry about temporary structures like the rides right here. They say anytime you've got a lot of people in one place, there could be danger. So last year, the fire department was out here patrolling in golf carts filled with fire gear and first aid. Now their fire station is 3 minutes away, and they say the slowed reaction time could be dangerous.
My worries are the amount of distance that we have to travel, the fact that we do have a large concentration of people that are going to be out there, and I really don't understand why we can't get a jump on the game and be there so that we know we're going to have problems. We want to be there to be able to cover those problems when they come up.
Right here, I have a letter from the county's Code and Building Services Department, which says a fire watch service for this fair will not be required. So apparently the county says these firemen do not need to be here. Plus, the fair's president has hired sheriff's deputies. There are about 8 to 10 patrolling the fair right now, and they will be here throughout the week.
Okay, Sue, thank you for your report.
You know where the Q button is? Yeah, right. Talk. Down further.
Bayshore 10, Bayshore 1, check the northbound lane. I'm going to check south.
each other.
I don't hear you talking.
I hear you.
Rich, is Sparky still with you?
Yeah, he's still pulling my foot. Then communicate.
Don't yell at him.
Still pulling my foot, Sparky? Yeah, keep going. Okay.
Are you guys all right?
Get down, Sparky. It's hot. Damn hot. Africa hot. All right, whose bell is it? Feel back there, see if it's yours. It's on the bottom, Sparky. On the bottom of the tank. It's not going off, Jay. It's yours, Ransom.
You got 5 minutes.
It leaves.
Come on. You gotta go ahead.
Help!
I got a man grabbing my leg. Now I got a man grabbing my leg. I got somebody here. Breathe through your nose. Hey, I got somebody. Okay, which way you wanna go? Remember, you have to back out your way. Remember. Not breathe.
Eyes closed.
Open your eyes. You're dead. You're dead. You getting air out of there? I can't get the thing shut off.
Almost all of these that I'm going to say should be located in your glossary. I think there were 1 or 2 we couldn't find a while back, and therefore, since I can't remember which ones they are, if you can't find them, let me know. All right, first term we need to define real quickly is AIDS. What's AIDS stand for? Acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, all right? All that is, for the time being, all I want you to know is that's somebody who tests positive for the HIV virus and has at least one what that we already talked about. One specific opportunistic infection. All that means is they've got an infection somewhere in their body and they test positive for the HIV virus. That's all that means. That's all it takes to be defined as having AIDS. Antibody. Well, we already said an antibody is what? It's a protein produced by the body's immune system that its sole purpose is to do what? Fight off foreign or microorganisms called antigens. Okay? Alright, ARC. ARC stands for what? AIDS-related complex. Okay? By definition, and we'll talk about it a little bit, alright? AIDS-related complex is somebody that tests positive for the HIV virus, okay? And they have to have 2 infections in their body, but in 2 different locations, okay? In 2 different systems. And we'll come back and talk about that. ARC is somebody who tests positive for HIV, like the